ChannelsTV.com has more information for you, and in youtube.com/channelsweb you can watch our videos. You can also watch us on your mobile device via your browser or download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS and Windows devices from their respective stores. Besides giving you access to news and updates on the go, the Channels TV and Channels 24 app have an eyewitness feature that you can use to share those pictures, videos or news of happenings around you. Just install the app, then tap and swipe to reveal the menu and follow the instructions. Tough times await persons planning to snatch ballot boxes and hoodlums who may want to disrupt the forthcoming governorship and House of Assembly elections on Saturday. That's because security agencies are planning to clamp down on such persons if they fail to have a rethink on their planned actions. The Acting Inspector General of Police, Mr. Muhammad Adamu, disclosed this at the end of a security meeting between service chiefs and the President at the State House in Abuja.
The security arrangement we provided during the presidential election is being enhanced so as to provide a enabling environment for everybody to come out and cast his or her vote for their prepared candidate. We will again advise those that will want to disrupt the process to rethink, because during the presidential election we had some few challenges here and there. Those challenges will not allow them to repeat themselves. We are taking more security measures to address those pockets of challenges we notice. So, torture again is not allowed. Ballot snatching is not allowed. Disruption of the process of the election is not allowed.
Well, after the security meeting, the President went into another meeting with traditional rulers. He appealed for greater support from them to consolidate on his promises to deliver on security, the economy and the fight against corruption. Our correspondent Gloria Umezuke reports.
President Muhammadu Buhari receives in audience members of the Traditional Rulers Council of Nigeria at the council chamber.
Thank you.
The Sultan of Sokoto, Mohammed Sahad Abubakar III, and the Oni of Ife, His Majesty Oba Adeyeye Enitan Ogunwusi, told the president that the council have come to felicitate with the president on his victory, asking Nigerians to accept the results.
As this result is the will of the Almighty God, and therefore we call on all to give you maximum support for the achievement of peace, development and progress of our dear nation. We urge you, Mr. President, to reciprocate by continuing to lead with justice and fairness.
We want to even implore you again, the opposition, open your arms to them, listen to their criticisms in a very constructive manner. Nigeria belongs to all of us. We want to implore you to continue to play that fatherly role. Let the whole nation see you as the true father.
President Muhammadu Buhari acknowledged the role traditional rulers play to ensure a stable society, asking for more support in the new administration.
You know everybody in your constituencies, and you know which family produce hard criminals. You know which families produce respectable, knowledgeable people. So really, there is no way any government at any level can survive creditably without your support. This is the honest fact, whether people accept it or not. So we always depend on you to please, you know, the weaknesses of our system and the society. We certainly need your cooperation on day-to-day basis to make sure that we have consolidated what we promise.
The visit of the Traditional Rulers Council is one among many the president has received following his victory at the polls. His Nigerians await the next level of change in the next 4 years, as promised. From the presidential villa, Gloria Umezuke, Channels Television News.
Nigeria's former president, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, says that his criticism of President Muhammadu Buhari's administration's programs and policies is not born out of personal hatred and animosity. The former president insists that rather it is an attempt at making sure things are done according to democratic norms to deepen democracy and ensure economic growth and development. He was speaking in Abuja, the Ogun State capital, during an event marking his 82nd birthday anniversary.
You see that in a democracy, you criticize a policy of government. It's not a family affair. Even if it's my brother that is there and is not doing what I believe he should do, he must criticize. That is what democracy is all about. Criticism, seeing the other side. So if I say anybody in government in Nigeria or any government for that matter is not doing well, let that government prove that it's doing well. It's not anything personal. So that is your boss, Buhari. There's nothing personal between me and him. Just as he is your boss, I am his boss because he respect. Now, the point is that I have been in that position longer than any Nigerian will ever be there. That is true.
In the meantime, the presidency has commended the former president Obasanjo for his immeasurable contributions to democracy and national unity. In a statement to mark Chief Obasanjo's 82nd birthday anniversary, President Muhammadu Buhari acknowledged that regardless of their political differences, he still holds the former president in the highest esteem. He describes Chief Obasanjo as a passionate and great patriot who deserves accolades and wished him more good health, knowledge and wisdom in the service of Nigeria and humanity. You're watching the news at 10 on Channels Television, reaching you live from Lagos. Let's quickly switch over to our Abuja studios now, shall we? With Ibrahim Adra standing by to take us a couple of more stories. Ibrahim.
Well, Gimba, here in the nation's capital, Justice Ahmed Mohammed of the Federal High Court has ordered the service of court processes on President Muhammadu Buhari and the presidential candidate of the PDP, Atiku Abubakar. The ex parte order was sequel to a suit filed by the presidential candidate of the National Rescue Movement, Mr. Usman Ibrahim. Mr. Ibrahim wants the court to nullify the participation of President Buhari and Alhaji Abubakar in the February 23 presidential poll, because they spent more than provided for by the Electoral Act in their campaigns. Counsel to Mr. Ibrahim asked the court to invoke Section 91, subsection 2 of the Electoral Act 2010 to disqualify the leading candidates.
So as to get an order of court to serve General Muhammadu Buhari and Alhaji Atiku Abubakar through substituted means. My Lord has graciously granted it, and we are grateful to the court. We want the court to make an interpretation of Section 91, subsection 2 of the Electoral Act, that where someone who is contesting for the position of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria exceeds the statutory provision, the statutory limit of expenditure that you are supposed to spend, what is the mind of the court towards that, in line with Section 91, subsection 2 of the provisions of the Electoral Act. And that is what we are here for. We want the court to make that interpretation, that having breached the provisions of Section 91, subsection 2, both of them ought to have been disqualified from contesting the just concluded presidential elections.
And still in the court, the trial of former National Publicity Secretary of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Mr. Olisa Metu, has suffered a major setback following application by lawyers to withdraw from the suit. Mr. Metu and his company, Dextra Investment Limited, are being tried at the Federal High Court in Abuja. for alleged money laundering and illegal receipt of funds from the Office of the National Security Advisor to the tune of 400 million naira. The two lawyers, Mr. Onyeti Ekpazu and Emeka Etiaba, announced before the court that they have filed a motion to withdraw from the matter. Both counsel predicated their actions on what they describe as, quote, immense pressure with respect to their appearance in the case, as well as severe threats to their lives. The counsel also cited the order of the court for day-to-day hearing on the matter, which they noted that they cannot afford, quote, having regard to diaries of their respective offices, end of quote. Hearing in the matter has been adjourned to March 13, 2019. Now, the Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike is alleging plans by the main opposition party, All Progressive Congress, APC, in connivance with some security agencies, to kidnap the resident electoral commissioner in the state to force INEC to postpone the elections. The governor, who made this allegation in a town hall meeting of Rivers West Senatorial District in Ahoda, also said that the intelligence report available to him also reveals plans to use armed thugs to disrupt the distribution of electoral materials for the elections.
Make sure that this election does not hold. Now, what they have planned with some security agencies is to send people who will be wearing military uniform and kidnap the resident electoral commissioner, and so that INEC will be forced to postpone the election. This is the latest strategy they have now. And so I have to let the world know that those people are not kidnappers, but they are security men organized by security agencies who are working with All Progressive Congress to see that this election does not take place in Rivers State.
Time for a break now, but when we return, a memorial website that will give Nigerians an opportunity to seek second opinion on their health situation is launched in Lagos. Do join us again.